Everyone, Geoff Williams from the Auburn University Bee Center. Hope you're doing well. End of April here in southern Alabama, but it's raining today. Really thankful for that rain because we're in extreme drought in our area. So looking forward to a lot of moisture in the ground. Good for our bees and good for the environment. With the end of April comes the end of our US Beekeeping Survey and that open period for beekeeper participation. So really thankful for all those beekeepers that have participated so far. Really hoping that many more of you will fill out that survey by the end of the month. We're really excited to launch the US Beekeeping Survey app. And so at that website, you can visualize many questions that our survey poses, predominantly connected to losses in Varroa, because those are connected to our USDA projects that we're working on right now. So let's go dive into that app and take a look.
All right. Once you've made your way to the US Beekeeping Survey app, and we'll share the link in the comments field on this video, you can scroll down to the first thumbnail called the US Beekeeping Survey app and hit the Explore the Data button. Might take a few seconds to load, so please just give it a little bit of patience. You get to the main page, and you can see again 3 thumbnails that highlight the core questions that we've been exploring, at least to start with for this app. So colony loss questions, Varroa monitoring questions, as well as Varroa control questions. So you can also find these features up at the top, and this is how you're going to kind of toggle back and forth with your tabs, clicking again these different colony loss, Varroa monitoring, and Varroa control questions. You can always head back to this home page by just clicking the Welcome tab. So let's explore colony losses to start with. Here's our standard visualization connected to the question, what percentage of honeybee colonies did beekeepers lose? And so if you look on the left here, you can select a number of different drop-down options connected to year. You can also check off the different seasons that you might be interested in. So for example, let's just look at winter losses. You can also choose the operation type. Do you want all beekeeping operation sizes, or do you want to just focus in on, for this example, backyard beekeepers? And finally, the last drop-down menu is connected to location. So we're in Alabama. Let's check out losses of our backyard beekeepers in 2025. And I can estimate here the mean's probably around 30%. But if you select this drop-down menu below the figure under the data table section, you'll see that the mean loss was 27.3%. So we're giving some actual numbers here to these visualizations. Go one section up to the figure description. You can read exactly what that visualization is meant to display there. So a really neat feature that we're hopeful a lot of individuals will use is this download plot button. So there it will produce a high quality file that you can use for your presentations, for example. So again, it's including the description so that we can improve our interpretation of these figures. So here's backyard beekeepers during the winter season for Alabama in 2025. So toggling back to our app, we can go up to a different tab, Varroa monitoring. So here's a few questions again. You can select from the drop-down menu. Let's just stick to did beekeepers monitor? Well, we can see that backyard beekeepers monitor far fewer than commercial and sideline beekeepers. So nearly 70% of sideline and commercial beekeepers were monitoring their colonies at least once, whereas only just about 50% of backyard beekeepers were monitoring for Varroa mites. Let's go check out the final tab that we have here, connected to Varroa control. So this one is highlighting a few different aspects of our survey. So for example, which chemical products were being used. You can also select the non-chemical practices. You can again choose the year, the operation type, and then state and territory. So for example, let's go look at chemical products. Let's have a look for commercial beekeepers this time. And we can see that the majority of commercial beekeepers were using an amitraz-based product at least once. A lot of them seem to be adopting oxalic acid. And a really neat feature of this app is we can look at trends over time. So we've built in 2 years of data to this app right now, and we're really looking forward to future years of data collection because we can look at the trends, for example, again, of chemical products. Hey, let's go have a look for the commercial beekeepers and see what they're doing connected to amatraz-based products. So we can deselect all of these options. We can see it's fairly constant. So over 90% of commercial beekeepers were at least using an amatraz-based product once last year versus the previous year. We know oxalic acid is ramping up, so we can select that option, oxalic acid, and look at the increase. So going from about 45% all the way up to nearly 70% of commercial beekeepers have been using oxalic acid. So that's like a 30 percentage point increase from 1 year to the next. So really looking forward to looking at these trends over time. And this is kind of the information that's really important for extension specialists, for example, as they're evaluating their input impacts. They're looking at the behavior changes of beekeepers due to their programming. So please keep filling out that survey because we want to add a great data set for 2026 to this trends figure, for example. So if you want to go back to any of these tabs, you just select them over the top, or you just go to that welcome tab right to the beginning. So we've got a few more links here connected to the US Beekeeping Survey. Hey, it's the end of April right now, so why not go and complete that survey? Go back to the main US Beekeeping Survey page, hit view page for this year's survey, and take the survey. Thanks so much. Hope you enjoy this app, and we're looking forward to building it out even further.